Hello and welcome to Crazy Kernel YouTube. In this video, I'll be going over Python's user input. This is when you ask the user for the response. In Python version 3.6, you'll be using the input method as shown on screen. In Python version 2.7, you'll be using the raw underscore input method. In this video, I'll be going over 3.6, which is the input method, as that's what I have right now. So we're going to start off by giving a variable name. In this case, I'll just give x equal to input, and then in our parentheses, I can ask anything or write anything. But what is your name? And save it and run it in our command prompt. And it'll ask, what is your name? So I can put crazy kernel. And it ends after that, since that's our end of our code. But as you can see here, there's no space between the user's input and the question mark in what is your name. So what we're gonna do for that is put a space after what is your name. And now if we run that, it gives a space. So crazy kernel, and now with a space. So that's what it is. So since it ends now, we can't really go forward with the code now until we put something else. So let's print a text hello, comma, space, and then we're gonna do the plus sign to add a text. So in this case, we're gonna add x. You might be thinking that this will add what is your name, because in a regular variable string, it would. But since it's a user input with that input method, we will be instead of adding what is your name, we're going to be adding the user's input for x. So this may seem a little complicated, so let's run it and we'll get a better understanding of it. What is your name? Crazy kernel. Hello, crazy kernel. So as you can see, it prints hello, comma, plus whatever you enter for x, which is what is your name. Now let's go forward and ask another question. Y equal to input. How old are you? And again, let's not forget our space here to put that space, which is right after the user, which is right after the question and before the user input. So just add that space there, and let's see what this does. What is your name? Crazy kernel. How old are you? 123. I just put random numbers there for testing purposes. Okay, now it just ends there, but it does run, so there's no errors. It just runs, but it just ends there. So what we're going to do now is let's do another user input to end this thing. So let's put a variable q equal to let's give a text confirm your name is plus x, and I'll explain this in just a minute, plus and you are plus y plus years old. So let's end our parentheses there. So this may seem a little confusing, but after practice you'll get it. So what it does is it's going to print confirm your name is, and we're going to add plus x. So what this does, again, just like before, is gonna add, instead of what is your name, is going to put what you enter for what is your name. So, and same with y. So, and you are y, how old are you? Years old. And then it's going to end our text there. Remember to put parentheses and quotations. So let's save this, run this, and let's see how it goes. Crazy kernel. How old are you? 1, 2, 3. And hold on. Oh, I forgot the input. See? So if we don't put out the input, it's just going to be another variable. So now that we put the input, it should work fine. What is your name? I'm just going to put KK for short. 1, 2, 3. Confirm your name is KK and you're 123 years old. So we can put anything for this. Yes, no, N, Y. We can put anything. We can even put any random text that we want. But I'm just gonna put yes for now. And it doesn't really matter because it's gonna get there. We're gonna get there and we're gonna add one more text that whatever you put will affect whatever it'll print next. So as you can see here, after your name and the text, in both places there's no space. So to fix that, is gonna say your name is plus X. So we're gonna debug and see that plus X after your name, this text comes right after this text right here. So we're gonna need a space before that and a space after that because of Y coming after. But Y is also having no space before the years. So before the text years old, we're gonna need a space there. So let's try that out. What is your name? KK 3. So now what you can confirm your name is KK and you are 123 years old. So this now has spaces. But again, it still doesn't matter what we put, yes, no, maybe so. So what we're going to do is we're going to add something that matters. So this is now, we're going to need the if condition. If Q, which is basically the user's input for this text, equal to yes, colon, indentation, print, um, confirmed. Hold on, confirmed. And now what it does is if we have, hold on, let me show you. If we put yes, it'll say confirmed. But what happens if you put no? Or anything else in that case? Nothing happens, so it doesn't print anything. So there's no really use for that if it's just for yes, not for no. So now we're going to use our elif statement. And the reason I'm using elif and not else is because right now I want to put something that's gonna print if you put no rather than just anything other than yes. So elif q equal to the text no, print not confirmed. So now let's try it out and let's see what happens. Hold on, it says indentation error. So okay, so after the elif statement or any statement, if elif else, we're gonna need a indentation for the following statement. We're gonna need 2 indents at the least. So now let's try it. It should work. What is your name? KK. How old are you? 1, 2, 3. And if I put yes, it says confirmed. Now KK 1, 2, 3. If I put no, it says not confirmed. But what happens if you put something other than no or yes? It's gonna be practically an invalid format. But since I haven't mentioned anything, it won't really do anything. What is your name? KK 1, 2, 3. And if I put maybe, it's not going to do anything because I haven't specified what to print if I say maybe or anything else. So what we're going to now it's time for the else condition. So as you can see, the difference between else and elif is like if none of the previous conditions were true, previous conditions is if in this case, then try this condition. So elif will give you another condition to try. Else will just say if none of them worked, print this or do this. It won't. The difference is that else won't give you another condition. And on the other hand, elif will. So else, we're gonna print. We're gonna print. Please enter in a yes/no format. So this time, if you do something other than yes or no, it's gonna go to that. So let's try that out. What is your name? KK123. And if I put maybe, well, it's gonna catch me and it's gonna say please enter in a yes no format. So that's the basics of user input. And if you keep practicing, you'll get it. Don't worry if it's confusing the first time. You'll get it with more practice. Thanks for watching and see you next time on Crazy Kernel YouTube.